Delighted now to be joined by Norman Fortenberry, who, as you know, is the ASEE's Executive Director. Norman, welcome.
Thank you, great to be here.
Thank you very much for joining us today.
Happy to.
How's the conference been for you?
Conference is going very well. People look very excited. I'm hearing good things from the exhibit hall. All in all, it seems to be going very well.
125 years in.
125 years in, at least 125 years more to go.
So, from this point last year through to now, talk us through some of the successes, challenges that the society has faced.
One of the largest challenges faced over the past several years has been the finances, and we're very pleased that the finances are now in much better shape than they have been. Over the past 2 years, the board has been engaged in really a strategic planning process. The board has revised over the past 2 years our vision, mission, values, goals. Most recently, Sunday of this week, we finalized objectives and hoped to go into Thursday, a board retreat. We will finalize activities in support of those objectives. So we'll have a blueprint for how we move forward as a society over the next 3 to 5 years.
What are some of the challenges? If you take engineering education more widely, what are some of the challenges you think it faces?
For engineering education writ large, there are real challenges. Actually, today's plenary speaker made a point about how to better incorporate the technical skills with what we call now the professional skills, used to be called soft skills.
Right.
Engineering is about serving humanity through use of technology. And you can't do that if you don't understand humans. And so we have to better incorporate within engineering education, not only communication and teaming, but an understanding of elements of psychology, sociology, etc., because we're dealing with people who are increasingly interacting with each other, and that's affecting what they need technologically. And so we've got to be able to adjust to that.
So you're based in DC?
Yes, headquarters, yes.
So what are some of the political policy issues that you've had to deal with this year?
We have ramped up our attention to public policy. For a long time, the Engineering Dean's Council has had a public policy colloquium, and we're continuing that. But we're doing direct work with informing policymakers at both the executive branch and the legislative branch. We have issues around how engineering technology graduates are accepted for federal employment. On the legislative side, concerns about the Higher Education Act, also concerns about the travel ban, or early on the first version of the President's travel ban, and now the third version that's been ratified by the Supreme Court, concerns about how that affects enrollments in engineering. Some engineering programs are in excess or north of 70% international students at the graduate level, so we clearly have to be concerned about what could make us look less welcoming. There are issues as well about K-12 education. Engineering is increasingly recognized at the K-12 level. It's included in next generation science standards. We have to find ways to better reflect what we believe to be engineering at that level so that engineers are defining that and not other disciplines. Make sure that it properly prepares students to enter engineering study at the collegiate level.
So members who are sitting there on their individual campus and institutions, how can they get involved? How can they actually help with some of this work?
Most critically, it's important that they don't wait until there's a crisis.
Right.
We need them to have a continuing relationship with policymakers. If that means inviting the local mayor, city council, congressman, senator to their campuses to see what they do and how they do, so that there is sufficient background knowledge so that when the crisis, whatever it is, hits, there is some knowledge base that policymaker can draw upon to understand that universities are not these strange places on ivory towers on a hill, but places that were really contributing to citizens, to the economy, and to the health of the nation.
Norman, thank you. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, and best of luck for next year.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.